Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for the kind introduction, Swedha. Pleasure to be here in Singapore. So firstly, very grateful to IREX for bringing us to a new country and a new place. And we hope to keep traveling to newer destinations to be able to spread about the awareness about the EB-5 visa program. A little bit about us as a company. I represent US Immigration Fund. Our executive team is represented by Mr. Nick Mastriani, who's the chairman and CEO, Mr. Nicholas Mastriani, who's the president and CMO, and obviously other key members of the team as well. US Immigration Fund brings a collective experience of over 50 years of real estate, business immigration, and EB-5. Over the years, we've worked with over 5,100 plus investors, raised over $3 billion of EB-5 capital, and repaid back over $850 million as well. A little bit about our team. I have a couple of my colleagues from the team here today in Singapore as well. Our India and UAE team is represented by myself, my colleague Edwin, Snehil, Mark, Harsh, and another colleague of ours whose name is Musa, who's based in Senegal and takes care of the Africa business as well. Before we get into the details of what we have to offer today in terms of project opportunities, I'd like to very briefly cover the basics of the EB-5 visa program in the interest of this audience today. An EB-5 investment essentially comes at a minimum investment amount of $800,000 US. It covers an investor, their spouse, and children under the age of 21, unmarried children. The primary base of the program is that you are requested to invest this $800,000 as a lawful source of funds. That essentially means that this money should be lawfully earned and should have a traceable origin. The second pillar of the program is that your investment should create a minimum of 10 jobs per investor application. The beauty about the regional center program is that you as an investor do not physically have to create those jobs. As a result of you making an investment in a pooled investment vehicle from a regional center, those jobs are automatically created as a virtue of real estate construction. As previously explained during the EB-5 panel discussion as well, EB-5 is an investment at risk, not necessarily meaning that it is a risky investment, just that any word or any guarantees in the program are not allowed for us to be able to give to investors as required by the law. You must invest in a US new commercial enterprise, which is basically a special purpose vehicle or a company curated by a regional center or a fund management company like ours. What is exactly the benefit of the EB-5 visa program? I think in a nutshell, it essentially means that if any one of you are looking at the US as a destination, if the permanent green card of the US is your goal for yourself, your family, your friends, probably for someone who's in Singapore or probably for your kids or family who's already in the US, then this is the right program for you to invest in. It offers the flexibility to be able to work freely, to be able to stay in the US freely without any restrictions, and does not offer you a direct citizenship, but is probably the closest and the quickest path to the US citizenship or naturalization process as well. Very briefly, for those who have their family or friends in the US who might be consumers of this program, one of the biggest benefits of the EB-5 visa program as of today is that it allows people who are on a valid visa category in the US to file a concurrent adjustment of status, which in simple words basically means it's an application to get an unrestricted work and travel permit. So while the EB-5 visa program first gives you a conditional green card and followed by that gives you a permanent green card, for those who are in the US and are able to exercise this benefit, get an expedited work and travel permit as early as 4 to 8 months, which is obviously something that is welcomed by one and all. A little bit about our projects. So while we have 3 projects, I'll try and keep it brief. We have a video as well, so to try and make it more interactive for you all. One of our first projects for the day is the rural project called Alpine 9340. Now, generally, EB-5 investments are broadly categorized into 3 categories: rural, high in employment area, and infrastructure. Rural projects are basically projects which are in an area where there are less than 20,000 people. With respect to the Alpine 9340, it's basically a multi-family for lease located in Whitefish, Montana. We are building a 210 multi-family rental unit, which will have about 15,000 square feet of retail and all basic amenities that are required from a multi-family project point of view. The developer in this project is Kibo Group, a group that has been there since 1996. They've been in the real estate business for over 30 years and have done a number of construction in Southern California as well. Any project, for us to be able to market it, we need to file an application called I-956F, which we've duly done for this project, and we're awaiting for the approval of the same. As I had mentioned before, the pillar of any EB-5 visa program application is the job creation. Needless to say, a regional center like ours or any other good regional centers that are part of this conference today will ensure that the job creation metrics are taken care of while curating any investment opportunities. A little bit about, just a few photos from the project site, because we all obviously believe that while a lot of investors who are in the US can visit the project, but a lot of you who aren't, probably these photos are the best reference point for you to keep a track of the project and see how it is doing financially as well as in terms of construction progress. Before I move into the second project, it's basically called Pier Village Phase 5 or Wave Spa Condos. This project has an I-956F, an I-526E, and an I-485 approval. We have a short video for you. I hope you like it, and we'll probably take it forward from there.
The U.S. Immigration Fund is a premier EB-5 regional center. For more than 15 years, we've been helping global investors and their families achieve U.S. permanent residency. We're excited to announce yet another premier real estate investment opportunity. Introducing Pier Village Phase 5, the Wave Spa Condos. A luxury residential development in the scenic coastal city of Long Branch, New Jersey, this project features 46 beachfront condos, all with Atlantic Ocean views. Premium amenities include private beach access, an infinity pool, fitness center, lobby lounge with a doorman, and garage parking. Owners will have full privileges at the Wave Resort, including access to Pier Village's exceptional dining, retail, and entertainment. Pier Village also offers unmatched accessibility, just minutes from the Long Branch train station, with service to New York City as well as Philadelphia. Known as a modern city by the sea and one of the most desirable places to live in coastal New Jersey, Pier Village has transformed Long Branch into a vibrant year-round destination, attracting residents, retailers, and more than 2.3 million visitors annually. Long Branch is experiencing a remarkable renaissance, fueled by significant private and public investment, including a $37 million beach replenishment project. Wave Spa Condos have already received I-956F approval from the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, qualifying it under the Targeted Employment Area category for faster visa processing. This project is expected to create more than 748 jobs, which is nearly 50% above EB-5 program minimum requirements. Developed by world-renowned Kushner companies, Wave Spa Condos offers global investors the opportunity to invest in luxury beachfront real estate. Trusted by international investors and their families, the U.S. Immigration Fund has deployed over $3 billion in EB-5 capital in support of more than 25 landmark developments. Contact us today to start your path to U.S. residency.
Yeah, so very briefly, Wave Spa Condos is a project, as mentioned in the video, which is an oceanfront-facing property in Long Branch, New Jersey. The sponsor behind the project, which is one of the most important decisions while an investor chooses a project, is the Kushner companies. The Kushner developers are people who we've worked with in the past as well, so this is our third association with them. They've done 2 successful EB-5 projects with us in the past, one which is 65 Bay Street and the other is the One Journal Square project. This project site is almost an hour or an hour and a half from New York City and Philadelphia. Again, as mentioned in the video, we have sufficient amount of job cushion or job buffer to ensure that all EB-5 investors' permanent green card or I-829 petitions is secured. Yeah. Lastly, before I wrap up, one of our upcoming projects is the infrastructure category. I'm sure you all would have heard about the Grand Central Station in New York. We're also coming up with a project called Grand Central Rising, which is called 175 Park Avenue. It is going to be a gateway of commerce, culture, and connectivity, where we are redeveloping or refurbishing the Grand Hyatt Hotel, which goes back to 1914 when it was known as the Commodore Hotel and was then taken over by the Hyatt Group in 1974 along with Mr. Donald Trump. Yeah, I'd like to basically end my presentation on that note and say that I thank everyone for taking out the time and hearing us today. My dear colleagues Musa and Edwin, along with I, are at our booth. If you'd like to get any further guidance about us or the EB-5 visa program, we'd be more than happy to help you. And again, grateful to IREX and the entire team for organizing such wonderful events year after year, and we hopefully can continue associating. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time, and I wish you all a wonderful conference ahead.